The Rise of Shadowblade, A Rogue Hero's Journey. Episode 2, Guild of the Forgotten. Some time has passed since we last saw Shadowblade. His mission to rescue a noble lord from certain bandits has been successful, but it came at a great cost. He managed to save Lord Alistair, but not without sustaining serious injuries. The once pristine black armor now bears the scars of battle, and the usually confident rogue is in a somber mood. Despite the success of his mission, he can't shake off the feeling that something is missing. He arrives back at the Adventurers Guild, hoping to catch up on some much-needed rest. But even here, he finds a shadow of its former self. What happened? Where are the other members of his guild? This place feels so empty. But these questions can wait. First things first, he needs to get patched up. And luckily, the guild still has a master herbalist on hand. She'll take care of the wounds on his body, but she can't help the pain in his heart. He just can't shake off this feeling of dread. As he tries to sleep, memories of his fallen companions flash before his eyes. He sees himself as a young and inexperienced adventurer, guided by the wise old mentor. They were like a family to him, and he misses them dearly. But the show must go on. There's work to be done. There are people to protect. So he gets up and leaves the guild hall to continue his work as a lone wolf. But this won't last long. A familiar face soon appears, and it's someone who has been watching Shadowblade for quite some time. This is the enigmatic mage, the one who always seems to know more than she lets on. And she has news that will change everything. Apparently, the guild has been targeted, and most of its members have vanished. All that's left behind is a cryptic note, a clue that leads to an abandoned wizard tower known as the Spire of Whispers. It's here that the truth awaits, and Shadowblade can't wait to uncover it. But he's not alone. Another member of the guild has heard the call to action. It's the warrior, a stoic and powerful fighter who always had his doubts about Shadowblade's methods. But they're about to put those doubts aside and work together to solve this mystery. Soon, they're joined by an unexpected third member. It's the rebel hacker, a mysterious figure who has been causing trouble for the kingdom's corrupt ruler. And what brings him to the group? Well, let us just say he has a score to settle with the king, and he's willing to use any means necessary to get revenge. Together, this unlikely trio sets out on a perilous journey to the Spire of Whispers. Along the way, they'll have to face dangerous creatures, overcome treacherous terrain, and confront their own inner demons. But they're not just doing this for themselves. They're also doing it for the sake of justice, for the fallen members of their guild, and for the people of the kingdom who are suffering under the corrupt ruler's regime. They arrive at the tower and prepare to enter. The mage goes ahead and casts a detection spell, revealing a secret passageway. They sneak inside, moving from shadow to shadow, avoiding the patrolling guards. Suddenly, the warrior spots a hidden mechanism and disarms a trap. The rogue, meanwhile, is picking the locks on some chests, hoping to find some clues as to what's going on. They all work together, each using their unique skills to overcome the challenges that stand in their way. And what do they find inside the chests? Some personal belongings of the missing guild members, along with some disturbing evidence of what really happened here. The mage casts a spell to decipher the notes, revealing a sinister plot that reaches far beyond the guild. The corrupt ruler has been working with dark forces to drain the magic from the land, and the kidnapped guild members are just pawns in his game. But there's hope yet. The mage believes that there's a way to stop this plot, but it will require a great sacrifice. And who will make that sacrifice? Well, that's for the story to tell. The party splits up, with the rogue, warrior, and hacker taking different paths to cause as much mayhem as possible. They take out some enemies, dodge traps, and search for clues. And what do they find? Well, let's just say it's enough to shock them all. The mage, meanwhile, has found a way to communicate with the captured guild members, and he uses it to rally them for one last stand. The warrior takes charge and leads the attack, hacking and slashing at the enemy. The rogue, meanwhile, is using his stealth skills to take out the enemy from the shadows. The hacker provides covering fire, unleashing bolts of energy that make the enemy think twice about getting too close. Together, they fight their way through hordes of enemies until they finally reach the mage. He reveals his plan to undo the magic that's draining the land, but it will take all of their strength to pull it off. The warrior nods and begins channeling his power. The rogue focuses his mind and the hacker plugs into the system, overriding the controls. As the ritual begins, the corrupt ruler appears, and he's furious. He unleashes his full power against them, and for a moment, it looks like all is lost. But then something unexpected happens. The mage finishes the ritual, and the land begins to heal. The corrupt ruler is weakened, and the tide of battle turns. With renewed strength, the warrior, rogue and hacker finish the job, defeating the corrupt ruler and ending his reign of terror. But their victory comes at a price. The mage is mortally wounded, but not before passing on his knowledge to the rogue, ensuring that the land will be protected from darkness. In the aftermath, the rogue is hailed as a hero, but he knows that the real heroes are the ones who didn't make it. He returns to the guild hall, now a symbol of hope and resilience, and vows to carry on their legacy. As for the warrior and the hacker, well, they have their own paths to follow. The warrior continues to fight for justice and freedom, while the hacker disappears into the shadows, always one step ahead of the authorities. And as the sun sets on the kingdom, a new era begins, an era of hope, healing, and second chances. This concludes our tale of Shadowblade and the Forgotten Guild. But fear not, dear viewers, for this is just the beginning. More adventures await, more mysteries to solve, and more enemies to defeat. So stay tuned and join us next time as Shadowblade and his companions reunite to take on a new mission. Thank you for joining us on this thrilling adventure. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Rise of Shadowblade, a rogue hero's journey. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more epic tales. And if you want to continue the adventure, we've got plenty more episodes for you to explore. Just click on the links on your screen. Who knows where your journey may take you next? Until then, stay safe, stay sharp, and keep adventuring.